If you live in the UK, they can't have escaped your attention. Rainbows appearing on many windows, signs of hope and community during this present time when all of our lives have been affected by coronavirus around the world. You can see the rainbows in the windows of the house behind me, just near to where I live in the town of Buckingham. And it's always great to see a rainbow, especially when it's in the sky. Sun shining through the rain, refracting the light, forming a thing of such beauty in myriad shades of colour. Truly, it is a sign of hope. It's also a sign of promise, God's promise. Probably you know the story of Noah. Just in case you don't, let me recap. You find it in the Bible in Genesis chapter 6 to 8, and it's the story of how God became troubled at the evil in human hearts and resolved to put an end to them. One man was blameless and faithful before God, and that man was Noah. God told him to build an ark, a kind of boat, to take on board 2 of every kind of animal, along with his own immediate family, for God was going to send a flood, wipe out human life, and make a new start. The rain fell, 40 days and 40 nights. The flood waters rose. The ark floated. The earth was covered, and Noah and his family must have wondered if it would ever come to an end. Into the story come words of amazing grace, where it says, "But God remembered Noah." And so the floodwaters began to recede. Mountaintops became visible again. God sent out birds to see if there was land uncovered that would support life. First, a raven, which found nowhere to land. Then a dove, which also found nowhere and came back to the ark. Then a week later, the same dove, which this time came back with a freshly plucked olive leaf in its beak. Noah knew that the time for leaving the ark and once more living on dry land was coming, and so it did. God made a promise, a covenant between himself and creation, that never again would the earth be flooded and destroy all life. The rainbow in the sky is the sign of that promise. Now, whether you believe that story is a literal or a metaphorical one, I believe it expresses truth. It is a sign of new beginnings. My favourite Irish poet has penned some words that I find helpful. It's as if he's looking down on earth from above, then drawing closer and closer, seeing the earth in its beauty, but also finding tension from human activity and perhaps irresponsibility. He reflects, see the world in green and blue. See China right in front of you. See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleets clearing the sea out. See the Bedouin fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. See the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colours came out. Well, as the flood of COVID-19, the pandemic starts to recede, I pray that we may see the rainbow colours come out. May we see the beauty of human kindness increasingly in the new world in which we find ourselves. May we experience the wonder of God's love. May we know the new beginning that comes through the man who is God, Jesus Christ. May we live the lives to which God calls us. See the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colours came out. It was a beautiful day. A beautiful day. Don't let it get away. The poet is Bono, in case you didn't know. The band is U2. And it's in Jesus that I believe we can know God's beautiful day.